Hey, what's going on? How are you? I wanted to share something with you. Hopefully it'll give you a smile. It certainly was the high point of my week to get my mitts on this. And before I explain to you the significance of what you're hearing, I want you to hear it. But you got to be in the right frame of mind. So pretend you're in high school. Close your eyes. 1985, 1986... freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, doesn't matter. And you're in your bedroom and you're doing homework. Okay? Cape Cod, Massachusetts, mid-1980s, doing homework. And of course, the radio is on, right? Cape Cod's #1 hit music station. And you hear this.
We are the Cape.
A little after 6 o'clock at WKPE, AM and FM, Orleans, Hyannis. I'm Spunky Rick with another 55 minutes of music this hour on Cape Cod's undisputed Hot FM.
Cape 104, WKPE, Cape Cod.
Or what about this?
Cape and Islands weather.
Cloudy tonight, temps down to 75. Tomorrow, beautiful sunshine and a high of 90. 81 in Hyannis, 81 in Orleans, and on your FM, 104.7.
Cape 104, WKPE, music.
Do you remember that? That is the Cape 104 jingle package from 1984 through 1986. TM Century, TM Production, Flashpoint. The Cape 104 had 4 jingle package, TM Acapellas, TM Fusion, TM Flashpoint, and then the late 80s into the early 90s, before it flipped format, it had one of the Z100, I think the Air Power package from Jam. But that, to me, is the definitive Cape 104 jingle package. Here's why. 1984 was the golden age of top 40 radio. If you owned a top 40 station in 84, you were making bank, baby. Lots of money. Golden age of the format at an all-time high. People were releasing albums. Springsteen, Michael Jackson, Huey Lewis and the News, on, with not 1, not 2, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 top 10 hits on one album. MTV brought about the British invasion. We had Duran Duran and all these bands from across the pond. We had tremendous music. Not that Cape 104 wasn't a great station in 91 and 92, but the format was in a period called the doldrums. And the music wasn't there. The radio stations weren't making money and they were flipping format, which is why that happened to Cape 104. So that's from the golden age. I, as many of you know, worked at that radio station in high school, 85, 86. In college during spring break and Christmas break, I would be on the air. And then I left for a few years, worked at stations in New York, came back in 91 to be the 7 to midnight jock and was there 91 and 92 up until about a month before it flipped format to oldies. So the story is, in 1991, I was talking to the program director, Keith Lemire, and I said, I love the jingle package, but the top of the hour, doesn't do it. But we used to have an amazing top of the hour about 5 years ago. I wonder if it's still around. And we searched the stacks in the production room in his, we could not find this jingle package. I said, would you mind if I called TM and asked them if they would, we've already paid for it, will you reservice the top of the hour to us? And he said, sure, knock yourself out. I'd love to hear it. So I remember being in my apartment in July of 91, calling TM, disclaimer here, I've probably bought 6 or 7 jingle packages in the last 20 years. Probably about 5 of those have been from TM. Chris Stevens, great job. Great service. Love you guys. But this particular day, the guy I got on the phone in Dallas was not helpful to me at all. And he basically told me, kid, you're out of luck. The reference tapes aren't here anymore. They've been chucked in a dumpster. They're gone. So that jingle package ceased to exist to me in July of 1991 until this past Thursday. Thank you to Rob. Rob and his Just Jingles Facebook group put me in contact with a guy at the National Jingle Preservation Society, and Rob Walker, serious props for this. And I asked this guy, do you have the package? and he sent me his inventory, and there it was, WKPE Flashpoint. Could not believe it. He had it. And I thought to myself, oh, it must be mine. It will be mine. And so I purchased it, and there I get to play it for you. So when I saw in his inventory, he had the tears. I mean, that was a big part. That's the first really incredible jingle package I ever used on the air as a Top 40 slammer. And to be able to have a copy of it and talk it up again with the exact same verbiage from 85 and 86, that's a treat for me. And I hope hearing it brought back some memories for you as well. So I'm going to play you one more cut before I say goodbye. And I hope you got as much of a charge and a smile out of that as I did as well.
Non-stop hits, non-stop winning.